Hey, I'm Zechariah. Thanks for stopping by. Right now, we're talking about Rebel. We're talking about Rebel, the album that I put out back in February. We're going through the 7 songs and talking a little bit about what each one of them means to me as the individual who, I wrote the songs, I recorded the songs, I produced the songs. This album was the first project that I did where from start to finish and everything in between, I did it all. And that was a real stretch. It was a really great big learning experience for me. So being able to talk through some of these stuff, pass on the few little tidbits of knowledge, that's largely what this YouTube channel is all about. Today, we are talking about song number 6 of 7, and it's called Mountain Speak. If you haven't heard it, you can check out the album on iTunes under Zechariah Hauch. The song Mountain Speak was supposed to be the title track of the album, but it's not. You would notice that the album is called Rebel and not Mountain Speak. I was gonna call the album Mountain Speak. I really was. It was one of those songs where when I started writing it in the very, very beginning and started to increase the vision and kind of, push beyond the borders of what I thought I wanted to do with the song. As I pushed and pushed and pushed, I realized that it was something quite special, that it spoke to me in a very personal way. And because it was special to me, I wanted to make it kind of a very special song on the whole album. So I started putting layers, I started building it up, I started making it more and more and more. And I was sold on the fact that it was going to be the the title track, the song of songs for the album. We'll talk about it at a later time in the next video about what ended up being that song on this album. Mountain Speak is a song, well, first off, let me put it like this. I am from the prairies of Alberta, Canada. That's where I am from. The prairies of Alberta, Canada. And if you were to drive about 300 kilometers that way, you would reach the mountains. Now, for someone who grew up in the flat prairie land, fields as far as the eye can see, mountains were and still are one of my most favorite places to be. But mountains were something out of a dream. Mountains were something that, like out of a fantasy world. When I was in the mountains, I couldn't help myself but feel like some sort of knight off on a quest or something like that. It sounds really cheesy, but that's exactly what it was. Mountains threw my thinking and my imagination back into an environment that I thought about all the time as a child. With that being said, Mountain Speak was a song created talking about being in that environment and how being in that environment seems to communicate with your heart, seems to communicate with your, with your mind, with your soul, with your emotions. It just tweaks something. Being in that environment tweaks something. Something about being surrounded by nature, by creation, by all these different things, and still having that environment be in the virgin form. It hasn't been destroyed or anything like that. I'm speaking straight from the heart here. Let me go. It speaks to me. It speaks to me. Mountain Speak can be captured, the heart of that song can be captured by one of the lines of the bridge. And I don't think I've ever heard the mountains speak, but I know for certain they're talking to me. So take me to the summit, give the strength to go on. That speaks volumes. Take me to the summit, give the strength to go on. Even now it talks to me. That song is talking about being on the cusp of something great. Being on the cusp of getting to that place that you want to be. And you're climbing and you're climbing and you're pushing and you're pushing. And you're being inspired and driven to go on and on and on and on to get to that place. And it's brutal, it's painful, it's hard to get there, but you're almost there and you just have to push on. You have to push on through to get to where you need to be. That's what Mountain Speak means to me. Mountain Speak is a song about being so close to where you need to be and finding the motivation, the drive, the inspiration to push on and to get to that place. I'm Zechariah Hauch. Thanks for stopping by. Until next time.